Okay, so I'm just going to go through a couple things here today because we're going to have a pretty short quiz tomorrow, so it's not going to be too big of a deal. But in any case, I'll show you how to do a couple of these problems and we'll get on with it. So this quiz is going to be pretty much only solving equations, and we've done several of these kind of problems, but some people are still having a few issues with them, so we'll go through a couple that we did in class today, again, just to make sure that we got it. If you'll remember that on our classwork today, we had 3 problems, 8, 9, and 10, that had fractions all over, and not only did 9 and 10 have fractions, but you had to actually distribute fractions through parentheses and then clear the fractions, and it was kind of a big mess. So let's not worry about those for right now. We'll have plenty of time to come back to those with systems and all kinds of different things. So take a break from those, and let's just look at simple two-step and multi-step equations and solving for a variable. We've got one variable, we've got to distribute, but we have variables on both sides. So the first thing we got to do is distribute this 8 to both the 7 and the 2p. So we get 56 plus 16p. Next we have negative 32 plus 5p. Nothing to do over there, so that stays the same. Now we want to subtract 5p from both sides. So we get 11p equals 32. So 56 plus 11p equals 32. We subtract 56, sorry, that's a negative 32. Subtract 56. So when we subtract that, we're going to get 11p equals negative 88. From this point, we want to divide by 11 on both sides, and we get p equals negative 8. So only thing that's different about these and some of the other ones that we've done is that we have to distribute first, and then we've got to get the variable isolated. So distribute first every time. So when we move over to number 2, we want to distribute first. 7 times 8 again, we have negative 56 minus 35x minus 1. The negative 1 just hangs out. Tack it on to the end. Equals negative 29 minus 7x. From this point, I can add 7x. Negative 35 plus 7 is negative 28x. I have negative 56 minus 1, which is negative 57. And that equals negative 29. From here, I add 57 to both sides, and I get negative 28x equals, now negative 29 plus 57 is going to give us positive 28. Divide by negative 28, and I have x equals negative 1. These two examples are just like what we're going to have on this quiz tomorrow. These will be the most difficult type that we have. Other ones will just be simple equations, no distributing, nothing funny. You might even have ones with a variable on just one side and constants on the other, so that you pretty much have to combine like terms and then divide by the coefficient. So simple solving of equations. So if you are studying tonight, do not worry tonight with these fractions where we have to clear fractions, and with these problems where we have to distribute a fraction before we clear it. Don't worry about those. Take your time. Worry about problems like number 1 and 2. So take a look at those. If you need help, stop in the morning. This quiz is not going to be anything like these last problems that we did today. So distribute first, combine like terms, isolate the variable, and then divide by the coefficient. Follow those steps, life will be good.